Welcome to the North Carolina Wesleyan College Writing Center. The job search can be stressful. Help yourself out by writing the strongest job search materials possible. Your materials are an employer's first impression of you. They determine if you get the interview. But don't worry. This video will walk you through researching the position and potential employers and writing the resume, cover letter, and recommendation request emails. The best place to start when writing job search materials is the position and the employer. You should dedicate time to researching both. The job ad provides most of the details of the position to which you will be applying. Copy and save all job ads in a Word document. Do not assume the job ad will remain on the site or the search engine where you found it. Employers usually have to pay to keep an ad live, so they will remove it when the application deadline passes. You need to have easy access to help you write your materials and prepare for interviews. Having the ad can also be useful when you get the job and begin negotiating your contract. Review the required and preferred qualifications. Most job ads have two qualification sections. The required qualifications are ones that you must have to be competitive for the position. Preferred qualifications are like an employer's wish list. If you have them, it can improve your chances, but lack of these qualifications will not immediately disqualify you. Note if a job has experience requirements, for example, 2 years of experience with X. You can still apply even if you have not worked directly in the field. Your education and other work experiences may count. If you see terms you don't know in the job ad, look them up. Note the materials requested. Keep a list of what materials the employer wants you to include in your application. This usually includes a resume and cover letter. You might see the term CV or curriculum vitae. This is basically a longer, more detailed resume. Employers may also ask for professional recommendation letters, writing samples, and other job-specific materials. Find out what they offer. Obviously, a job is not all about what you contribute to the employer. You also need to know what you get out of it. Research the cost of living in the area. Will the salary they quoted allow you to live comfortably there? What benefits does the job offer? Health, dental, life insurance? Paid vacation? Sick leave? Retirement? Research the position. It's a good idea to research the general position title online to see what the job entails at other companies and the average salary. This can give you a well-rounded view of the job and help you at the negotiating table later on. While most of the important information will be contained in the job ad, you will also need to research the employer. Visit the company website. Looking at a company's website can help you determine their professionalism, goals, and values. It can also provide you with details about their employees and products. Search for the company online. Do a general search on the company to find out what other people are saying about them. You can find out if they're a good employer, how they treat customers and clients, and if they have been covered positively or negatively in the news. Your resume offers potential employers a snapshot of your knowledge, skills, and abilities. The contents of the resume should provide specific evidence that you are able to successfully complete the tasks required by the position. Avoid including a general skills section that includes buzzwords like trustworthy and team player. Instead, show that you have these skills in the descriptions of your education and work experience. The first thing to include are your name and contact information. Provide your address, phone number, and email address. Make sure your email address is professional. It can be a good idea to create a separate account just for the search. You can also include an objective. This is a brief 2 to 3 sentence explanation of your professional goals. Tailor it to fit the needs of the company to which you're applying. In reverse chronological order, that is, most recent first, list the degrees you have earned and the schools you have attended. Include bachelor's, associate's, and professional certificates. High school is not included once you've earned a higher degree. Some people include their GPA, However, unless it's a 4.0, this could negatively affect your chances. List the jobs you have held. Include the name of your employer, your title, the location, and your dates of employment. You can include internships here or in a separate section. Generally, you should use reverse chronological order. However, if you want to highlight specific positions because they relate to the job you're applying for, you can organize based on category or relevance. For each position, use active verbs to describe the tasks you performed and skills you learned. In reverse chronological order, list the volunteer work you have engaged in. Include the name of the organization or project, the coordinator's name, and the dates. Briefly describe the tasks you completed. In reverse chronological order, list all honors and awards you have received for academics, volunteerism, or work. Include who gave the award and the date. You may also include sections on student organizations, athletics, military experience, computer skills, languages, and other experience that is relevant to the position but does not fit under those sections already discussed. Include the names, titles, and contact information for 2 to 4 references who can speak about your abilities and professionalism. Do not make the employer do the extra work of contacting you to get this information. How a resume looks can be almost as important as what a resume says. Employers will have a limited amount of time to view your resume. You will need to grab their attention quickly. For this reason, most resumes are only 1 page long, but 2 pages can be acceptable if you have enough experience and information to fill both. However, make sure all important, relevant information is on the first page. If an employer requests a curriculum vitae, this can be significantly longer. Be thorough, yet concise. You should include all relevant experience, but you don't need to provide detailed discussions of every job you have held or degree you have earned. If they like the resume, they'll ask you to elaborate in an interview. Always put the most relevant and important information first. Most resumes begin with education or work experience. If you're just graduating from college, your education is most likely the more relevant to the position. If you have worked in the field for several years, then your work experience will be more relevant. Use visual cues. Include white space between items to make them stand out and avoid cluttering the page. Strategically use bold, underline, italics, bullet points, font sizes, and color to create visual cues differentiating sections and subsections. However, do not do all of these at the same time, and be consistent in their use. One way to ensure consistency is to use or create a resume template. While Microsoft Word has templates, they tend to be difficult to tailor to your needs. They have also been overused. Canva.com has free resume templates that are easily customizable. Avoid gimmickry. Do not include pictures, clip art, or clunky borders. Do not try to be overly creative with your materials. Obviously, this depends on the type of job you're applying to, but generally a simple template on white paper is best. Proofread. Check your resume for spelling, grammar, and accuracy before submitting. And finally, one more important note. Some companies will run your resume through a program that sorts them based on language. Wherever possible, include vocabulary from the job ad. Using this criteria, the resume that you see here on the left is successful, and the resume on the right is not. The cover letter is your chance to speak directly to the potential employer. While you want to highlight your skills, you can also show a little bit of your personality. The cover letter has 3 major sections that each serve different purposes. The first paragraph is where you show your enthusiasm for the job. First, make sure you name the position. A company may be hiring for several different positions at once, so you want to make sure they know which one you want. Mention something about the company that you like to show that you have done your research, and end by explaining what you bring to the table. The body paragraphs demonstrate your ability to do the job. They should not just repeat what is already covered in the resume. Instead, provide examples or anecdotes that show the employer you in action. Tie these examples and stories back to the position where you can. Do not hedge. You must be able to speak positively and confidently about yourself. The final paragraph should reiterate your excitement for the position and encourage contact by sharing your availability for an interview. The cover letter is a one-page formal business letter and should be formatted accordingly. Begin with the sender's name and address. You can create a formal letterhead to use on both the cover letter and resume to create a visual connection between the documents. Next, include the date. Spell out the full date, for example, April 10th, 2020. Include the recipient's name and address. If you do not have an individual's name, you can use the department or company name. Begin your message with a greeting. Use a formal greeting such as "Dear" or "To whom it may concern." Break the body into brief, well-organized paragraphs. No one likes a wall of text. And finally, end your message with a formal sign-off. This could include "Sincerely" or "Thank you." Many employers will ask for letters of recommendation. In order to get these letters, you will likely have to send out a request through email. Some of you might be wondering, who should I ask to be my reference? Choose your references carefully. Use academic or professional references only. Your references should have some connection to the job you're applying to or have first-hand knowledge of your skills as a worker. Avoid friends and family members. Make sure they know you. Choose someone you have spoken to in the last year. Don't choose your freshman English professor whom you haven't talked to since freshman year. Know what they will say. Make sure that you have a good relationship with the reference and that you are certain they will write good things about you. If a reference seems reluctant, it might be a better idea to find someone else. Recommendation requests can be formal or informal. Decide what tone to use based on your relationship with the reference. As you write your request, remember the following. In the to line, even if you plan to send the same message to all your references, email each one separately. You do not want them to procrastinate because they think the others will get the recommendation done. In the subject line, make sure the purpose of the email is clear so it can receive prompt attention. Say hello. Do not just dive into the body of the message. Being more formal than usual can help show your sincerity and the urgency of your request. The body needs to cover several items. First, you need to explain what position you're applying to, why you want it, and then you need to make sure that you make your request. Second, give them material to include in their letter. Most of your references are probably busy. The more information you give them, the easier it will be for them to write the recommendation. Remind them of projects you completed for them that connected to the job. Tell them about relevant personal accomplishments that they may not know about. And finally, let them know when the letter is due and how to send it to the employer. Thank them for their time and use a formal sign-off. Thanks for watching. A companion handout on writing job search materials, planning worksheets, and sample documents can be found on our website. The Writing Center also hosts a job search workshop on the Rocky Mount campus each semester. If you have any questions about this or any other writing topic, please visit us in the Writing Center. We are located in the Pearsall Library, room 146. Face-to-face and online appointments can be made at ncwc.mywconline.com. We look forward to working with you.